Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about, for language, subjects and predicates. Now if you remember, probably in the beginning of the school year, we talked about how sentences have two parts. A complete sentence has to have a subject and a predicate. Now we're going to be focusing on subjects for this lesson, and predicates later on. But just to refresh, a subject is going to be our who in the sentence. It's going to be the noun. It's usually a noun, or it could be a pronoun, which is a replacement for a noun. And it's what's who in the sentence is doing something. Who is the sentence mainly about? And that's what we're going to be picking out of sentences today. Is who is the sentence about? Who is really the main subject of the sentence? And then just to refresh ourselves, a predicate is going to be the verb in the sentence. Not always an action, but most often an action. So you're going to see words like ran and jumped and tasted. Right? Those are all action words, but even our helping verbs and our being verbs, which we just got finished studying, are little words that we sometimes tend to miss in a sentence. Those can be a predicate. So words like is and was, am, those are all predicates because they're technically verbs. They're just not action verbs, which is what we kind of gravitate towards when we think of verbs. But we'll get to those a little bit later. So I have some sentences on the board, and we're going to try to figure out what is a subject, what is a predicate. So the girls ate popcorn. So we have to ask ourselves, well, who is this sentence about? Who is the thing in the sentence that's doing something? Of course, in this case, we have to ask ourselves, because I see two nouns, is the sentence really about the girls, or is it about the popcorn? It's really about the girls. So I'm going to put a line between girls and ate, because it's right after our subject, okay? And so we know in front of that line is going to be our subject, okay? All the cats purred quietly. All right, what is the subject in the sentence? So what is the sentence really about? Well, it's about the cats, right? So all the cats, I'm going to put a line after cats. That means this is going to be the subject, and this is going to be our predicate. All right, last sentence. My little brother had a birthday on Sunday. Again, is the sentence really about brother? Is it about Sunday? Is it about a birthday? It's really about the little brother, right? So my little brother, line right here to separate our subject, our noun, from our verb, from our thing that the verb, the noun is doing. Okay, so today's lesson, that's just a review. Today's lesson is actually on the simple and the complete subject, okay? So, simple and complete subject. That's what we're aiming to pick out of our sentences today, okay? So really the difference is, it's actually very easy. Complete subjects are going to be all these words in front of the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to underline the complete subject. So the girls, okay, all the cats, and my little brother. That is going to be our complete subject, and I'm going to put an underline there. And then in our complete subject, I'm going to pick out the one. Sometimes it's two words if they're two words that are like a compound word, two words like school bus, where they're actually technically two words, but it's actually counts as one word. One or two words in the complete subject that is the subject of the sentence. So it's one or two words that is the main subject of the sentence. So this is all the complete subject. We want to pick out the one word, or sometimes it's two, that is a simple. The girls, we're going to drop the word the, and it's actually going to be just girls. The girls is what the sentence is about, but the actual simple subject would be just girls. We're dropping the word the, okay? All the cats, that's a complete subject, but we're now going to circle the simple, just cats. Again, it's a noun. They're nouns, okay? Girls, cats, sometimes a pronoun. Okay, my little brother. We want just the simple subject, the one, possibly two words. Is it my? No. Is it little? Little's not a noun, it's an adjective, it's a describing word. So it's probably just going to be brother. Okay, so simple subjects are part of your complete subject. And the way we can find them is drawing those lines. So kind of work backwards. First figure out where our subjects are, then underline your complete, and then you can zoom in and find your simple. Okay, we'll do a couple more examples. And now I'm going to be in our language book, page 131. So if you want to turn in your language books to page 131, you can follow along. I'm taking the examples from Think A. Okay, so I'm going to jump to number 2. The red-faced boy took his seat quietly. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is figure out where I should draw my line to separate subject from predicate. So the red-faced boy took his seat quietly. Ask yourself, who is the sentence really about? It's going to be about the red-faced boy, so I would draw my line right there. Okay, that automatically gives us our complete subject on this side of the line. So we can underline it, the red-faced boy, because that's a complete subject. It's all the words that describe the subject, which is the red-faced boy. And now we want to pick out the 1 or 2 words that are usually nouns that describe the subject very simply, right? So is it the red-faced or is it boy? And of course it's just boy. And that's going to be our simple subject, okay? Let's do another one. I'm going to this one's not from the book. Okay, many people have tried my mom's pie. So in this sentence, we have we're gonna draw a line between our subject and our predicate. So asking ourselves, who is the sentence really about? Many people have tried my mom's pie, and sometimes reading the sentence once, twice, 3 times will work. So many people have tried my mom's pie. Of course, it's going to be about people. It's not about the pie. So I'm going to draw my line right there. That automatically gives me my complete subject. Anything in front of it's a complete subject, so I underline all those words. And now I'm going to work backwards, and I'm going to find the simple subject. What's the one word, one noun that is the sentence really is about? Is it many or is it people? Of course, it's people. Many is not a noun. Okay, so what you guys are going to do is you're going to be trying pages 132, and you're going to be doing 132, the same thing that we did in Think B. Now, it doesn't give you the directions to draw the vertical line, but I would encourage you to do that if it helps you. If you can pick it out without having to draw that vertical line to help you separate them, then that's okay too. But if you need that little vertical line to help you actually see it, I know it helps me, then go ahead and do that. But it's not in the directions, but it's optional. You can do it. But you can do the exact same thing that I did. Now, the only added thing that we didn't do yet is you're going to now underline the verb, okay? So the predicate, basically. We're going to underline the verb. So in the red-faced boy took his seat quietly, we're going to put 2 lines underneath the verb. So what did the boy do? He took his seat quietly. But what's the main verb? Is it took his seat or quietly? Of course, it's going to be took. Took is the verb. It's an action verb in this case. Not always the case though. For example, the next one. Many people have tried my mom's pie. So the verb, it's hard. There's actually 2 verbs. Pick them out. I'll give you a hint. One is an action verb and another is a helping verb. It's going to be have and tried. So we're gonna double underline have and tried because those are both verbs that we want to underline. Okay, so you're gonna be adding that extra piece when you do Think B on page 132. And then you're going to be doing Write C. And so Write C is kind of fun. You're going to write a subject to complete the sentence. So basically you're thinking of nouns and filling in 1 through 5, just so that it makes sense. Same rules that we have at school. Everything has to be appropriate. I would like pretty good words. So I'm going to say, don't just put a boy jumped over the lazy dog, but maybe you can say, a fast boy jumped over the dog, or my little brother jumped over the dog. So try to add a little bit, make your answers just a little more meaty, I guess, for Write C. We're crossing out Write D, so you do not have to do Write D. And then for Think E, you're going to underline the simple predicate 2 times and the simple subjects 1 time. So for thinking, they're now changing it on us a little bit. So you can do the same thing though that you've done here if it helps you. Draw that vertical line, but all they're having you do is, you don't have to do any underlining of this complete. All you have to do is double underline boy, double underline took. You don't have to underline many people. All you have to do is double underline people and double underline have tried. Our simple subject, our simple predicate, our simple subject, our simple predicate. So it changed up a little bit for us. So I'm going to have you guys do 132 today, and then 133 is going to be for our next time.